You know what would be really hard for me? To pick my favorite Jordan model of all time. I've just got so many favorites, I really can't pick just one model that I love. If I was asked a different question, like what would be the only Jordan silhouette you would choose if you could only own a single model, it would have to be the Jordan 1. It is just such a classic looking sneaker that is versatile, looks great, but it does have a problem, and that is that it isn't the most comfortable sneaker. That's where this guy fits in. Is it good or is it too far left of center? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. There's so many versions of the Jordan 1. Honestly, everyone should be able to find a model that they like, but it can be confusing. Like if you're not familiar with the shoe, I wouldn't blame people for getting so overwhelmed or just plain confused as to what the differences are between the models. There's like two versions of the low, the regular low and the OG low, two versions of the mid, the regular mid and the SE, and then there are the highs and all of the other versions that come in around it. Usually those other versions bring with it some sort of specialty, like the Gore-Tex model that brings with it some weatherproofing. Then there is that utility version that's surfaced lately that I don't really love that much. And then there are these guys, the One Zoom Comfort. This version shouldn't be confused with the other Jordan 1 model that has got Zoom Air cushioning. There was a version released called the Jordan 1 Zoom or something like that. That had a more traditional upper, but the cushioning system that it had was also very different to what's in the Zoom Comfort. The other version had a full-length Zoom Air strobel. This guy, the Zoom Comfort, does have Zoom Air, but it's only got a single unit in the heel. The other difference with this particular version is the upper. This has a different approach to not only the material mix, but the way that those materials are finished. The Zoom Comfort has a mix of two different types of materials. Well, maybe three if you count the two types of leathers. There is a mix of synthetic leather and leather along with a textile. It doesn't matter what colorway you pick, you will always get that material mix. Sometimes the types of leather will be different, like this version, for example, that has a nubuck or a suede, whereas some other Zoom Comfort models come with a smooth leather. In addition to the different material mix that you find on the Zoom Comfort, there is also a difference that you can see from the top down, and that is the raw finishes that are pretty evident around the heel and tongue. It has a lot of exposed foam, and the colors of that foam can change from model to model, and I honestly don't mind it. It looks good, and I think it adds another point of difference to a silhouette that has been done so many times in so many different colorways. Kind of makes it easier to justify owning another pair. Not that I really needed much help there. But what I really love about this upper is just how comfortable it is. By having the mix of textiles with the leather, it gives the shoe an immediate feeling of being broken in, and so it's pretty comfortable straight off the bat. That works really well with the added comfort that you're getting underfoot. This model comes with almost like a crater inspired midsole, but I don't think that this is a crater midsole. It just has the speckles through it that makes it look like it is. I can't confirm that one way or the other. What you're getting with any Zoom Comfort model is the addition of a Zoom Air unit in the heel that replaces the typical air cushioning that you would get in any other Jordan shoe. It doesn't make it that much more comfortable that it just completely changes the game, but it does work well with the upper to create a more comfortable experience all over. While the Zoom Comfort is undeniably a Jordan 1 shoe, it is more of a lifestyle orientated version than it is a performance version of an older silhouette, and that is evident in the outsole. The pattern is similar to what you would find on a typical Jordan 1, but there are some differences throughout the tread pattern, and I think it looks really good. The Zoom Comfort retails for $200 here in Australia, which puts it in between a mid and a high, and I think that that is just right. It is priced exactly where it needs to be. I don't think it's cheap, but I don't think it's expensive either. I do like the changes that they've made to the shoe just to differentiate it from other Jordan 1 silhouettes, and being more comfortable on foot is really just a bonus. Let me know if you dig the Zoom Comfort or if you think it's a version that the brand can do without. Let me know in the comments below. But until the next video, laters.